A fire destroys an abandoned home just outside of Schnellville. More on that. Plus, Kerry Schneider brings us his visit with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society. And Jasper Arts Director Kit Miracle is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, an overnight fire destroyed an abandoned home near Kiana last night. Firefighters with the Schnellville Volunteer Fire Department were called to a double-wide home in the 7100 block of State Road 64 just after 11:10 p.m. last night on a report by a passerby of a structure fire. Schnellville Fire Chief Mark Fisher says the fire was coming through the roof when firefighters arrived. Fisher says firefighters were able to get most of the fire under control within 10 minutes, though Fisher says a tanker truck and a pumper truck from the St. Anthony Fire Department were called to the scene to fill trucks due to a dry hydrant near the scene. Fisher says the home, which is owned by Debbie Sheppers, is a total loss. Nobody was in the home at the time of the fire, and no injuries were reported. Fisher says the department has been unsuccessful in reaching Sheppers. He says the cause of the fire has not been determined. The Schnellville Fire Department responded with 4 trucks and 23 men, and the St. Anthony Fire Department assisted at the scene with 2 trucks and 15 men. Firefighters were on the scene for a total of 3 hours. The Fazolis restaurant on Jasper's southeast side will remain closed for about 2 to 3 weeks as a result of a fire that broke out at the business yesterday morning. Management at the restaurant say a contractor indicated that it would take that long to make repairs to the building. At around 8 a.m. yesterday morning, firefighters with the Jasper Volunteer Fire Department were called to the store after employees discovered a fire inside an exterior wall near the building's south entrance. Firefighters had to remove exterior wall coverings from past remodels to extinguish the fire, which officials say was likely started by a discarded cigarette. Damage was estimated at $7,000. The Daviess County Sheriff's Department is hard at work training its reserve officers. The county recently put reserve officers through a variety of exercises at the training center just south of Washington. Traffic stops was one of several things that the officers went through training-wise as part of their training hours. Daviess County Sheriff Jerry Harbstreet says the reserve officers go through much of the same training as regular officers do. He says the reserve force for the department is currently at 10 officers. The reserves consist of a mix of former law enforcement officers looking to move into a full-time capacity as an officer, as well as some people who are just looking to help the community. Former Bar Reeve and current North Gibson School Superintendent Dr. Brian Harmon is one of the active reserves for the department. He says he has no interest in becoming a full-time deputy. However, he says he enjoys the satisfaction of helping people and giving back to his community. Harbstreet says the training involves 40 hours of general instruction, 8 hours of defensive training, and 12 hours of firearm training. He says the department wants the reserve officers to know how everything works from the inside out. Reserve officers are an extension of the full-time officers for the department. They fill in at the jail, help with serving papers, and also assist with transporting various prisoners. These reserve officers are also utilized for events such as the Montgomery Turkey Trot and the Antique Show. They also do security checks and assist deputies when called upon to do so. Harbstreet says this frees up regular deputies to spend more time on patrol duty. Newer or younger reserve officers also have a chance of getting hired full-time with the department should an opening come about. Harbstreet says the department is always looking to promote from within because if the department needs someone and a reserve officer is interested, that reserve can step right in and do the job. Finally this evening, several workshops and courses for professional development are coming to the Vincennes University Jasper campus over the next month. A project management workshop is set to be held next Wednesday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. The one-day workshop will be held at the new Center for Technology, Innovation and Manufacturing, or CTIM building. The workshop will utilize a blend of best practices across multiple industries, real-world case studies, and academic research in order to make the learning experience more engaging. The course is designed for participants to learn all of the essential tools and techniques that are required to properly fit together the pieces of a project. Topics covered will include why projects fail, project planning, stakeholder analysis, creating a project charter, work breakdown structures, creating schedules and budget, project execution, controlling scope creep, project monitoring and control, when to escalate problems, closing problems, and avoiding common pitfalls. The fee for this course is $199 and includes materials. An Occupational Safety and Health Administration course is also coming to the VUJC campus next month. The OSHA 10-hour General Industry Safety course will be coming to VUJC Tuesday, October the 8th and Wednesday, October the 9th. This course is for people in the entry level that are responsible for supervision, management, safety, as well as company employees. The curriculum is designed to be a complete refresher course for OSHA regulations. The course now includes the globally harmonized system of classification and labeling of chemicals. Topics covered in this course will include introduction to OSHA walking and working surfaces, exit routes, emergency action plans, fire protection plans, as well as fire protection, electrical, personal protective equipment, and hazard communication. The class will be taught by Jeff Ruxer, who has a degree in industrial studies with an emphasis on safety management. Ruxer has more than 3 decades of experience in health and safety management in the automotive and the wood manufacturing industries. The fee for this class is $195, which also includes all materials. Seating for this class is limited, and the registration deadline is coming up next Tuesday, October 1st. For more information on these and other courses, you can call 481-5937. Coming up after the break, Terry Schneider is back with our friends from the DuBois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring Jasper Arts Director Kit Miracle. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.